Well, it's theory time. So, if you guys have played Slap Battles before, which I'm guessing you have probably come across Bob, right? Bob is a glove that is very interesting, because what it does is spawns an entity called Bob that chases the player and kills them. And for the longest time, we thought that was all that was to Bob. But with the new update, we've had a glimpse at Eternal Bob, an eldritch entity which is much stronger than the normal Bob. So, what is Bob actually, and how does Rob tie into it? Well, to understand all that, let's have a look at Rob and Bob's origins, shall we? So, let's have a look at Bob's origins, right? So, these are my theories. So, one possible explanation to where Bob came from is the Brazil portal. And now I know that sounds a bit odd, but hear me out, right? The Brazil portal is purple, right? The portal itself is purple. The blocks around it are Brazil, but we don't need to talk about that. So we have to let's focus on the main bit. So the main part of the portal is purple, right? And when you go to the Eternal Bob boss fight, what colour is the portal? Purple. And also, when Bob and Rob fight, they create a purple black hole. Coincidence? I'm not sure about that. But Janjo, you're probably thinking, the Brazil portal kicks you from the game if you try to go through it, so how could have anything come from it? Well, let me explain. I have two mini theories that could explain the Brazil portal. Theory 1. The Brazil portal wasn't made by Tencel, but by Bob. Possibly as a way for Bob to travel into the Slap Battles realm from the Void, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. Right? And Tencel, not knowing how to destroy it, could have possibly cut off the portal, making it, although not destroyed, the portal useless. And Theory 2. The Brazil portal is still open, but players cannot enter it because we are simply not strong enough. Only beings like Bob, Rob, and admins, and possibly Tencel, can enter and exit it. I've also got a different theory here, the code theory, so this is a little bit of a far stretch, but hear me out, alright? So, but since Slap Battles is a game, and everything inside of it is code, Bob could be a malfunction of the replica code that manifested into a glove put in place by the Eternal Bob, which could be the original glitch. Or, possibly, Bob and the Eternal Bob could be a virus attacking the game and the players, trying to bring down Slap Battles as a whole. So this next theory is not actually my theory, it's my friend's theory, Dragon's Forever. Go sub to him if you haven't already. But he has kindly allowed me to use this theory for his videos, and he'll also be helping me out with some other theories in the future. So, without further ado, let's get into this one. Tencel made Bob. So, look, that might sound very odd considering what I've just said, but hear me out. Tencel made Bob while trying to make Rob. This also ties into Rob's origins because Rob was the result of Tencel experimenting and trying to make an alternate being, potentially. That's why they look so similar. Now, let's move on to Rob's origins, shall we? So, how does Rob play into this, you might be asking? Well, I have some ideas, but I'm not too sure on them because we haven't seen that much of Rob, and I think I know that my Bob theories are correct because we've seen a lot more of him. But I'll try to do these anyway, shall we? Let's go into it. Theory number 1, the antivirus theory. Rob was created by Tencel to counter Bob. So, let's say Bob is an error in the code or a virus, right? Rob would be created as some sort of antivirus to combat Bob, right? And Rob would protect the game on the behalf of Tencel while he tries to figure out how to permanently delete Bob, perhaps. So, theory number 2, the perfect counter theory. So, if Bob wasn't created by Tencel and did in fact come from the Brazil portal, which could possibly come from the Void, the place where you fight the Eternal Bob, Rob could be from Limbo, where you get Rico and Psycho, or was created there by Tencel as the perfect counter. Because if you look at the in-game character models, Rob is a completely blinding white, and when you get near Bob, your screen starts to turn white. But with Bob, it's the complete opposite, meaning Rob and Bob are the perfect counter to one another. This also near enough is definitive evidence that Rob is from Limbo and Bob is from The Void due to the colour schemes. So, those are my theories. Comment below what you think of them, and comment the most believable theory and if you have any of your own. So yeah, outro time I guess.